Hi friend, welcome back to the Creator Spotlight series. Today we are talking about one of my faves, Doechii. From her early days of uploading videos, freestyles, and creative musings to her YouTube channel to becoming a Grammy-winning artist, Doechii has built a career rooted in authenticity, experimentation, and faith in her own voice. Blending pop, rap, R&B, and alternative sounds, she refuses to be boxed in, creating a space where creative freedom reigns. In this spotlight, we explore 5 lessons Doechii's journey offers to creatives seeking to find and trust their creative voice. Let's dive in. From the very beginning, Doechii demonstrated an unshakable trust in her own creative voice and creative vision. And if you go back, which is something that I've done, and look at the oldest videos on her YouTube channel and watch some of the freestyles and other vlogs and just other things that she uploaded to that channel, or if you go back and listen to what she's uploaded to SoundCloud, what becomes very clear is that she was not waiting for permission or validation. Even before the world caught on, before she garnered all this hype and people started throwing industry plant accusations at her, which are false, by the way. But before all of this, she knew she was special. She knew that what she had was special. And that confidence translated into her art. And in interviews, she often speaks about seeing herself as a star before anyone else did. And this inner knowing is not something that's rooted in arrogance. It was rooted in alignment, in a deep belief that her creative gifts were real and were meant to be shared with others.
Came with the realization of what I wanted to do in life and who I wanted to be. I decided early that I wanted to die happy, knowing that I tried everything and did everything in my power to live a life that made me happy. And I told myself I would take every risk and I would do whatever it took to keep myself happy. And in that instance, when I made that decision, I was like, I don't care. I'm not going to walk around worried about what other people think and living my life the way other people want me to live it. I'm going to do me so that when I die, I can know for a fact I tried my best.
And that belief shaped the way that she moved. She was bold, experimental, and refused to be boxed in. She did what she felt called to do creatively, and she still continues to operate in that way today. Doechii's success is not an accident. It is a manifestation of her faith in herself and her creative voice. A faith so strong that she was able to weather slow starts, industry pressures, and personal challenges without losing herself. Doechii teaches us to believe in yourself and your creative voice and your success before anyone else sees it. And trusting your creative voice is the foundation to building a career that is not only successful, but deeply authentic. The current trust and confidence that she has did not come overnight. She put in the work to build that trust and confidence in her creative voice. One of the ways she did this was through her coven music sessions.
I used to call them coven music sessions a long time ago, and it was just to help me learn how to share my music. I used to have a big problem with sharing something and then deleting it off of my Instagram or YouTube or whatever because I'd feel insecure about it because nobody was watching it because nobody knew who the fuck I was. But I was like, I'm going to do this practice where I write a song a day, I record a concept to it, and it allows me to exercise my pen, my mixing ability, my ability to record my own visual concepts. I'm going to put it out. If people see it, they see it. If they don't, they don't.
The purpose of these sessions was for her to write a song a week and upload it on YouTube. And I believe the popular song Anxiety, which we'll touch on later, but that song came about during one of those sessions. And it's a powerful lesson for me personally to just get your art out there and use that as a way to build your confidence, because you're allowing yourself to be seen and heard and allowing your art to be consumed, which can be a scary thing. But the more you do it, the more confidence you have in yourself, especially when you are getting positive feedback. But just the very act of putting it out there builds confidence. And that's something that I kind of want to incorporate into my own creative practice and my own creative journey. I'm still thinking through how exactly I want to do that, but I'm telling you all now to be on the lookout for me sharing my own work here on YouTube. Like I said, I'm not sure exactly what it's going to look like quite yet, but I'm giving myself kind of a deadline to figure that out based off of my subscriber count. So once I hit 100 subscribers on YouTube, right now I currently have 75. So once I get to the 100 mark, I will start sharing my stories, short stories, essays, poems, whatever it is that I'm writing that week or that month. I will come down here to YouTube and share it with you all. And if you are watching this and you are not currently subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button to push me towards really getting over the fear of sharing and push me towards executing on this goal. Another lesson that Doechii teaches us is that you have to perfect your craft before the spotlight finds you. And this will ensure that once it's there, once you start getting the recognition and the success that matches your talent, you are ready to optimize the situation. You are ready to enjoy the spotlight. Because by the time the spotlight found Doechii, she was ready to be the superstar that we know her to be today. And that's probably why people call her an industry plant. Because as soon as she really popped on the scene and gained mainstream recognition, she was very polished in terms of her artistry and how she presented. And it's because she did the work. She did those cover music sessions and put out art. She experimented. She stretched herself in different ways and tried things and wasn't afraid to try new things. And that doesn't mean she no longer has any growth or lessons to learn. It just means that she is now ready to grow in the spotlight. A great example of this is her viral song, Anxiety. It became a hit 4 years after she recorded it. And at the time of recording, she didn't have a major label backing her. She was independent, building her audience through YouTube, SoundCloud, and doing local shows in Tampa. She was still building and growing as an artist, but she trusted in her creative voice and put out work that she believed in. In a recent interview with Entertainment Tonight, Doechii shared that she was shocked by the recent success of the song. But in other interviews, she shared how in the past, before she became famous, or at least as famous as she is now, she felt overlooked, but maintained confidence in her artistry. And what I took from this is that she believed in herself and in her work and knew that her emotional honesty and authenticity would eventually connect with audiences. The song's resurgence in 2025, after going viral on TikTok, affirmed her belief in the value of her authentic expression. She recorded Anxiety during her cover music sessions, and that in itself is a mini lesson. During her Dissect interview, she talked about how she started these cover music sessions as a way for her to get comfortable with sharing her art, as a way for her to build her creative confidence and trust in her creative voice. And while it is important to be committed to your craft, even while no one is watching, with these cover music sessions, she was preparing herself for the spotlight all along by getting comfortable with being seen and getting comfortable with sharing her art and putting it out there for consumption. And the lesson that we should all take from this is to practice your craft with excellence, even when no one, or not a lot of people, are watching. Doechii's journey also shows us that experimentation is the key to truly honing into your own creative voice. Forcing yourself outside of your comfort zone is where growth is found. Because in order to grow creatively, you have to get comfortable with discomfort and do things that scare you. Doechii is a multi-talented creative. She is a theater kid who can sing and rap and switch between genres effortlessly. But she does not allow herself to get stuck in things that are comfortable. A great example of how Doechii switches genres is how she moves between the sounds of Yucky Blucky Fruitcake and Persuasive. Yucky Blucky Fruitcake is very hip hop and rap focused, with storytelling, playful bars, and a casual, almost freestyle vibe. It's raw, witty, and very lyrical. Persuasive shifts into a dance house sound. It's much smoother, lighter, and more atmospheric, but she's still rapping and singing in a way that fits perfectly into this genre. And these are just two examples amongst countless others of how she genre hops and does so effortlessly. In interviews, she has shared how important experimentation and trying out new genres has been to building her creative practice and recognizing her creative voice. I mean, if you think about it, in order to know what it is that you really like and what you really want to do, you have to try some things that are outside of that box from time to time. And maybe you'll find that you like those things as well, or you'll find that you don't like it at all, but at least you tried it and you learned something about yourself along the way. So the lesson I'm taking from this is to get uncomfortable. Your real voice lives beyond your fears. So step outside of the box and try something that scares you. Try something that you would never in a million years imagine yourself to be doing. Or try something that you don't think you can do. Whatever it is, try something different, try something new, and you will be so surprised about everything that you learn about yourself and how this strengthens and helps to grow your creative voice and your creative practice.
All of these experiences and how I internalize them with my experience with my labels is that I became very codependent on the opinions of my team, the opinions of my label, that I lost a sense of dependency on my own ideas and my own creativity. And that's when you feel like you're losing control. And that's when I feel like I'm under attack, when I feel like I don't have a say in what it is that I'm doing. And it's not that I don't have a say. I've allowed other people to speak for me for so long that I'm losing sight of who I am and what it is that I want, because I deem their opinions more valuable than my own, or what they think I should write, or who I should work with, or what it should sound like, you know?
Right.
And that over time starts to feel like this slow, like, death.
Yeah.
Staying in alignment with your creative voice and identity is a crucial part of building and maintaining a balanced and healthy creative practice. And this alignment is found when you stay connected to your creative voice, especially when you start seeking validation from others. When you look for external guidance or approval, it's often a sign that there's an imbalance that needs to be addressed. And it's crucial to check in with yourself and return to your center to maintain a strong connection to your creative identity. This is something that Doechii emphasizes in her own journey, particularly in her sobriety. Her decision to embrace this new sober lifestyle was a way to reconnect with her inner voice and align with her purpose and creative identity.
I was always drunk, always drinking, always partying, and I couldn't recognize myself at all because I wasn't really myself. I was intoxicated, whether I'm smoking, I'm drinking, or whatever. And I wasn't liking the person that was reflecting back at me. And I was like, okay, I think it's time to like sober up. And I need to just get away from people and figure out who am I right now? Because I feel like I was carrying this version of myself that I had been since I was like 20, 21, you know what I mean? And it was no longer serving who I was to become.
And the frustration that comes from doing things that aren't in alignment is real. But so is the power that comes with choosing to push back and to do what's right for you. When you make that choice, things start to click. And Doechii teaches us that doing what resonates with you will always pay off. Testing out new sounds and taking risks was a key part of her creative evolution. But perhaps the most significant choice she made was to maintain her agency and to recognize when she was out of balance and out of alignment and course correct. She didn't allow herself to be boxed in and stick to the sounds that found her the most success. She took a step back, got back into alignment with herself, and she moved forward by putting out the music and art that resonated with her. And the key thing to take from this is not to put yourself in a box. Instead, ask yourself, what story do I want to tell? What truth needs to be shared? Doechii has perfectly embodied this mindset in how she has maneuvered and navigated in her career. And she is a perfect testament to how aligning with your true self leads to success on your own terms. I encourage you to check in with yourself often and stay rooted in your own truth. What I see as a pivotal part in her creative journey towards becoming the artist we know today is recognizing the true source of her creativity and understanding the power that comes with being in alignment with and connected to her source. She conceptualizes this as God. However, regardless of your spiritual and religious beliefs, recognizing the unlimited nature of your connection to the source of creativity is crucial. And she speaks about this in a song which kind of feels more like a spoken word poetry to a beat, but she has this song called God. And in that song, she talks about coming to the realization that when she is in alignment with the source of her creativity, there is an abundance and an unlimited nature of what her creativity can bring and do for her. That there is an unlimited amount of songs and ideas. And removing this scarcity mindset in her creative practice allowed, at least I believe, allowed it to grow and flourish, because she wasn't worried about whether or not she would be able to maintain her level of hit songs. She wasn't worried about if she was going to run into creative block or writer's block. She was just tuned in and focused on the source and trusted that she would always have everything she needed creatively. So trust that there is always more creativity, more opportunity, more abundance available to you. And watch how your creative practice flourishes and grows. Doechii's career is a living testament to the power of trusting yourself, embracing evolution, and creating fearlessly. The creative path is rarely linear, but by staying true, you find your real magic. That's all I have for you today. But this week, I encourage you to do something that pushes you out of your comfort zone. And I want to hear all about it. So please come back to this video and let me know, or send me an email. And if you know someone else who would benefit from these creative lessons, go ahead and share the video with them, Make sure you're subscribed and make sure you hit the like button on the way out. I'll see you in the next video.